Hey, Princess India here. I just wanted to share a quick little bit of inspo with you. So, Spirit led me to start decluttering my life. I utilized the Kamari method and I started with my closet because the whole little process starts with clothes. And I wanted to share the finished product with you guys. Literally, my closet has never looked like this, like in life. Like, I'm literally not kidding. But that also inspired me to declutter the rest of my life. And as I cleaned, I got so many spiritual epiphanies. It started a whole little purge. I cried and things, a lot of releasing going on, but I feel so much lighter. And I just wanted to inspire you guys to take that into consideration as we're going into the retrograde. It's a great time to clear out your life, get a jump start on your spring cleaning, and it's also an explanation for why you're only going to see my hands this month, because the rest of my house is a total mess. I love you. On to your March reading. Energy.
Hello, Libra. Welcome to your March 2019. I do not know why this March 2013 thing keeps coming up. I realized with Aries video that I literally titled it March 2013. So I almost said it just now. But anyway, we are going to be doing things a tad bit different. With us going into Mercury retrograde in Pisces, I figured, it'd be nice to give you guys a little heads up. So what I'm picking up on is the central thing that's the source of your unhappiness, unease, discontentment right now. The main challenge to overcome that. Then we're looking at releasing in these areas. This is your physical, what needs to be released and how for your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, and your spiritual well-being. And this release is what it is that you are making room for, right? So the first card that we have for Libras is the Four of Swords. And this is challenged by the King of Wands. Very interesting. So, okay, that's actually kind of funny. It makes me think of my brother, who is also a Libra. Rest and recovery is pretty much the theme of the Four of Swords that came up in another reading. But it's more or less having gone through a great deal of, I don't want to necessarily say conflict, but challenges. It's kind of like it's been an uphill battle, so to speak. And it's more or less being in this time now where it's like a mini hibernation, where there's a need to take that step back to kind of rest and rejuvenate yourself, to get back to your, I want to say former glory, but it's not like you guys are any less glorious. It's just that I feel like you're kind of tired out. But it's like the energy that I'm feeling, which is kind of funny, and why I said it makes me think of my brother, because my brother's like this really like go-getter type of person who sleeps like 30 minutes a night and is still acting as if he slept like 8 full hours. He's like a go-getter. And that's kind of the vibe that I get with the King of Wands. So that's why I say former glory, in a sense. It's more or less saying that I feel like you guys kind of completed a cycle or have accomplished something in some sense. But it's like this rest, like, and the word I'm hearing is restoration. Like this time out or this little mini break is needed to kind of get your energy back, because you guys have exerted so much. But I feel like it's kind of an unrest in this moment of rest, because the thought is to get more stuff done. So it's, okay, I knocked this out, now I need to go on to the next thing. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to step or operate in your full power if you don't allow yourself to rest. So this is more or less like a self-care kind of thing, and understanding how imperative and needed that is. So it's kind of giving yourself like a, what do you call those? Like a pamper day or something? Like go get a massage and relax and chill out, and just kind of not think about work, because it's like you guys have already gone through something that was, that kind of tuckered you out, so to speak. So what it is you guys want to release for your physical well-being. Why do we keep getting the same cards? The Two of Pentacles. So more or less going back and forth with yourself, right? So it's more or less needing to make a decision, needing to put both feet on the ground. And I think that was Aries that actually got this. And you guys could potentially be dealing with an Aries person. Oh, man. I hope not. I hope y'all aren't dealing with an Aries. Because that that was a whole ordeal within itself. But, and I'm saying that because I'm seeing this King of Wands, you know, so it very well could be, but it's more or less needing to, you know, pick one path and release another, which is interesting because before I did you guys reading, when I'm like settling into hone in on your energy, I've been getting songs all day, which is making my life easier inadvertently. But I was looking at my Facebook memories because with the whole March 2013 thing, I was like, well, it's the first day of March. Let me go on Facebook and see if there's, you know, anything that would like, you know, strike a chord. And the only thing I saw was back in 2013, I'd posted lyrics to a song by John Foreman, and he was in Yellow Card. I think he was the lead singer of Yellow Card. But I could be wrong about that. I can't remember. But he made an album, and one of the lyrics from the song that I posted was the song called Learning How to Die. And in the song, he said something along the lines of, they won't pay a cent to see you laughing. They may pay a little to see you cry. If you do it long enough, they might even pay attention, but they still won't pay respect until you die. And I was like, whoa, right? Like, that's deep. But then I start hearing an entirely different song, which is a song by Filter, and I've been posting the links to all the songs below, but the song is called Where Do We Go From Here by Filter, and that came out eons ago. But it's like, that's kind of the vibe I'm seeing here with you all, is similar to how it was with Aries. It's an emotional imbalance that's being caused by going back and forth on a decision that needs to be made. But with you guys, I feel it's slightly different because it feels almost as if you're trying to make a decision about something where the decision has already been made. So it's almost like, you know, if you decided to move to another city, but you're still mulling over within yourself if you made the right decision, but the decision is already made. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like self-torture in a sense, because, and I'm hearing something else about dieting. What? Oh, okay. But it's, I'm trying to get this thought out and not lose that one. But it's more or less like torturing yourself when a decision has already been made. So it's kind of like thinking of if you made the right choice, but the choice is made. So it kind of doesn't make sense to torture yourself over that, because it's like the shoulda, coulda, wouldas kind of won't help you at this point. But it's having trust in knowing that you made the right decision. Because I feel like you guys were in a position to where like your back was against the wall, and you may have had to move before you were ready, you know? And it's because you were in a position where you had to make like a split second decision. It's like now that the decision is made, you guys are kind of backtracking, thinking if things thinking if things could have been different. But I want to encourage you not to feel that way because of the circumstance I'm feeling you guys were in. And that kind of brings me back to this taxing energy. It's like, and I don't know what you guys been through, but I mean, whatever it is, it's like, don't torture yourself over that. Now, the other message that I'm getting is about a diet. And this is an old school term, but it's yo-yo dieting. So, I don't know, but it's like with yo-yo dieting is when, you know, like if you do like a juice cleanse or something like that for like a month and you lose a whole bunch of weight, and of course it's a temporary thing. So like, you know, if you're doing it to like fit into your wedding dress or something, it makes total sense. But I mean, it's like always doing diets like that. And it's kind of, and I don't do health readings, y'all. That is not my area, but it's more or less, it's a need to not do that. So it's kind of like needing to make a decision when it comes to your physical body, because it's like, I don't know, this is completely out of my realm, but I'm just using words that come to me. But it's like something with like your metabolism and that being up and down, and it constantly being like gaining weight and losing weight, and that constant influx, that there's something not healthy about that. I don't know what, because anatomy and all of that just makes my head hurt. So if you've been doing that, it's a need to make a decision in reference to either being all in or all out. It's like not doing like quick result kind of diets. It's like if you want a healthy lifestyle, it's making the decision to put your foot into a healthy lifestyle or not. Okay. Now, how you would release this, man, the Wheel of Fortune, I think, has been in every single freaking spread up to this point. If this is not a sign that cycles are ending, I don't know what is, dude. But legit, this is co-creation. That's the theme. It's co-creation with spirit. It's one of those things where you acknowledge it or you make a decision and spirit takes care of the rest. And that was kind of the theme of that song by Filter. It's like, where do we go from here? It's like being at a crossroads and not really knowing like what the next step is or what I'm supposed to be doing. And this kind of going back to the central energy here, it's like Libra having this feeling of like, go, 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 got to go on to the next thing. But it's like, yo, there's still some stuff that you need to kind of take care of to close out this cycle, right? Let yourself rest so you can ascend back to your power, because now is rest time. And especially with this being Mercury retrograde, you do not need to be executing nothing anyway. So this is a great time to kind of get clear on what it is you want to do moving forward post retrograde and retro shade, right? So next we're looking at what to release for your emotional well-being. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. Now I'm seeing this more or less in a very literal sense, minus like a false ideal. It's almost like, and I said this with, I can't remember if that was Taurus or Aries, but it's kind of having this idealization, like this big picture goal that you're going ape to achieve. But it's like with Libra specifically, I'm seeing you're not taking care of yourself in the process. It's like it's being more fixated on the destination as opposed to the journey. And what I said, I can't remember if that was Aries or Taurus, but I likened it to when I finished with my master's. It's like I spent 3 years of my life putting in hard work, energy, and effort, and getting that degree looked like the 10 of Pentacles to me, right? But that moment, like all of the sacrifices I made, like studying for boards, freaking out, being poor, things of the sort, you know what I'm saying? It's like for a couple of seconds and it was over. So it's like 3 years of my life I sacrificed for a couple of seconds that were over like that. It's like the next thing I know, like first they're calling my name, they hood me, next thing I know I'm on the other side of the stage and it's over. And now it's on to another journey, right? So I said that in the sense of like to not miss out on life, like the present, what's happening today. Because instead of, like, if you think of the song from Filter, where do we go from here? It's like, why can't we just be cool with just being here? And that's what I'm seeing with the Four of Swords. It's like, let's worry less about where do we go from here, and let's just fully embody being here. Because especially with this being rest, it's like we need to be here. We need to be rested. We need to not be moving right now. It's okay to plan. It's okay to contemplate. It's okay to reflect. Even if you're doing like a little, like assessment of, from January to now during the retrograde, and just kind of seeing what areas you need to change in or how you can make things more consistent. But it's important to note to not overexert yourself, to take care of yourself, and not to torture yourself over things that are already done, right? And it's to put this goal that you're trying to achieve within more of a balanced, healthy means, so to speak, because I look at it almost like kind of fighting for castles in the sky. almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like sacrificing the now for some state somewhere in the future. You know what I'm saying? And completely neglecting what is now. And like I said, with either Taurus or Aries, I can't remember who it was, but it's like if you were to sacrifice like I did, like for those 3 years, and the whole pinnacle, no pun intended, was the top of the mountain, you would get to the top of the mountain and be like, oh, literally why you would be saying, where do we go from here? Because it's like, okay, the landscape is nice, I've seen this, but what's next? You know what I mean? So it's more or less balancing the desire of achievement, because setting goals and working towards something is never a bad idea, but it needs to have some soul in it. You know what I mean? To where not only are you excited about reaching the destination, but you're enjoying the journey there, right? Now, how to release this is to stop deceiving yourself. This is more or less holding yourself back, which kind of reminds me of the end of February readings. I can't remember what I said that in. But it's more or less like it's cheating the system, but it's not the system. The system would be yourself, right? So it's like shortcuts, right? So shortcuts would be, and sorry to call out my brother, but it's like, sleeping for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's a shortcut. Because it's not giving your body the time to rest and rejuvenate the way that it needs to, for your body to restore itself. So it's almost like cheating yourself. And it's like, it's the thought of I'm cutting corners. And mind you, Libras, I'm not saying that you're doing this to anyone, because I don't see it as you doing it to anyone. It's self-defeating. So it's like cutting corners here and there, right? To get to the ultimate goal faster, right? To get here quicker, but it's needing to see that it's hurting you in the process, because I feel like that's why we're here with this rest. You know what I mean? And it's almost like this person, or this energy really, that you're trying to align with, it's like you can't align with this by cutting corners, because it's almost as if, like, even if we go back to the diet thing, it's like if you're yo-yo dieting and it's like the quick fix, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just going to do, an all liquid fast to get to the size that I want, but you don't know how to maintain it. So when it's over, you have to go back to the size that you were, because you don't know how to manage it to keep it low, right? So you inadvertently give yourself more work. And that's something, and that's why I love how these readings are resonating like this, because I can apply it to my present life right now. That's how I was with my organization. It's like my thing was with my closet, or even like with my files and stuff like that, or my computer files, I would keep putting it off, because I was like, I can't sacrifice the time to do that now. Like, I can't sacrifice a whole weekend just going through clothes. It's like, I got things to do. You know what I mean? I have like a whole list of stuff that I have to do in my personal life and my work life, what have you. So I just didn't have the time to sacrifice to it. So I thought. So what I started to realize, Spirit made it very clear over my pants. I'm digging for pants. Couldn't find the pants that I wanted. And Spirit's literally like, you're digging through all the pants that you don't wear to find the pants that you do wear. And it was like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. It's like, why do I have all of this? Like, if all of this junk wasn't in the way, I could get to what it is that I really need. And then that opened up to even bigger realization that was like mirroring itself all throughout my life. It's like I could not get things done because everything was disorganized, like with my computer, like saving files under like I, FFF, because in a rush of time, I need to get somewhere. So I'm not going to name this what it actually is. So now when I need to go back and find that file, I have to look through all of the IIIs, FFFs, GGGs to try to find the file that I want. And that's time wasted. Where if I would have took a little bit of time when I was saving that document to save it under the proper name, I could have easily went into my computer, went to that file, clicked it, bam, it's there. And it's being more efficient. You know what I mean? So looking at that in an essence sense, that's kind of what it is that I'm seeing here. It's like trying to get to this quicker and it's being more fixated on getting here and paying less attention. So it's almost like the end justifies the means, but not with anyone else. It's just with the self. And I feel like during this reflection time and this rest time, and probably seeing how much this adds to you and kind of, you know, really taking advantage of this retrograde, I feel like it's going to show you a more conducive, conducive plan to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve without self-sacrificing in the process, you know, or sacrificing your health in the process. So next is what we want to release for our spiritual well-being, and that's the Page of Pentacles. Man, this is funny. Now, I'm seeing this as planting seeds everywhere. I don't usually see this card like that, but that's the first thing that hits me. It's almost like stretching yourself really, really thin. So it's kind of like, I want a harvest and I need a harvest. So if I plant seeds in a bunch of different gardens and a bunch of different type of seeds, it's all, and I'm laughing because it's like, is that anxiousness? It's not obsessive. It's like something that's between anxiousness and like obsession, but it's not either one of those. Oh, what is the word that I'm looking for? Oh man, it's not eagerness, impulsivity. I don't know what the word is, y'all, but it's just like, oh, it's like how I'm feeling it is like a gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. Like that's kind of how I feel it. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's totally how I'm feeling it. It's like just go, 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 go. Kind of like that feeling I was feeling here, that unrest, because it's like I need to move and not wanting to sit still. So I guess that would be like being impulsive, but it's like directed impulsivity. It's almost feeling as if I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. Like there's some time frame and stuff needs to be done, but the thing I'm not sensing this like a deadline, like a real one. And then we got 2 10s here. I just realized that. But it's not a real deadline. It's almost like a self-imposed deadline. And it's like this anxious, overwhelming feeling of like, I'm running out of time. I have to do this quickly. So it's like, I can't just plant one seed. I got to plant tons of them because I just don't have time for this. It's like, I got to put it, right? Like, you know, and hoping that one of them, because you're trying to get here. Like, this is what's driving your life. It's the fact of like, I need this. And I know like I seem really like, you know, but that's literally the energy I'm feeling. So I don't know what that is, but it's just like this false feeling of like, time is running out. I have to hurry up. This has to get done. And I don't usually see the Page of Pentacles like that, right? Because putting it in the context of where this is what you need to release for your spiritual well-being. It's like, 'cause, you know, typically you would see this as like a financial opportunity or news of a financial opportunity that's coming in. Now, I don't doubt that that's coming in for you guys. But the whole thing is that I feel like Spirit is kind of prepping you to get you into alignment. So when what's coming to you guys shows up, you can sit in your power. You won't be downtrodden, unbalanced, tired, you know, not in a clear mindset. You won't be hasty, because especially with this being the retrograde, it won't be someone like, you know, hypothetically making you an offer and you just hopping on it because it's like, ooh, that's going to be another drop in the bucket to get me here, you know? So it's almost like that kind of mentality I'm sensing is like, getting as many things rolling and moving and as many drops in the bucket as possible to try to fast track you to this 10 of Pentacles. And it's not saying that desiring that is bad. I'm not implying that at all. It's just, you know, the end does not necessarily justify the means, because I feel like the means are causing harm to the Libra individual. You feel what I'm saying? Now, how you release this? Oh, yeah, the Sun card. You would think I'm just picking the same freaking cards out the deck. Goodness gracious. This is definitely a collective theme that's happening here. It's your happy space, man. It's like how I said, not taking this joy and aligning it with this. Like, I can't be happy. Like, happiness for me is on pause until I get this, because the two of these are synonymous with each other. That's more or less the mind frame that I'm seeing. And what I feel like Spirit is telling you, yo, if you allow joy to erupt in your heart now, that joy that you're placing here in the future, and that's what I think it is. It's almost like you're doing all of this because you're trying to get this. And noticing this being with Pentacles, it's almost like finance minded. It's being very money focused. And I think because there may be like a core belief here that financial success is synonymous with happiness. And I think that's why I keep picking up on that Taurus or that Aries reading, because this is almost a forewarning that you would get to the top of the mountain. So even if this isn't money, it could be love, it could be owning a home, it could be anything. But it's just the thought that me getting stuff or obtaining stuff or a thing will automatically equal happiness. So I can run myself ragged, and that would be motivation to run yourself ragged, right? Because you're fighting to get your happiness. You know what I'm saying? But the thing to notice here, it's like Spirit is saying, no, you don't have to do anything to have that. You can have that now. It's just all about attuning to that energy. So it's more or less coming out of this false belief that you need to do so you can have, so that you can be, right? I must do in order to have, obtain, so that I can be happy. But it's actually in the reverse, in the sense of like, if I can be happy, then I have happiness. And then in turn, I'm doing happiness, right? And it sounds weird, but doing happiness in the sense of I'm doing what I've been doing, and it's just me doing it. But I already have what I'm looking for, and that's joy, happiness, and fulfillment with the present moment. Your happiness doesn't exist somewhere out there in the future, or is not synonymous with obtaining a certain level, state, person, amount of money, or item. It's here, you know, it's just attuning to it, you know? And I say the same thing about like, and we talk about like the love that Spirit has for us, or that we have for each other. And I put up a whole video about that. Like, you don't have to do anything to be loved. You just be. Like, you are enough, who you are and where you are at this moment. You know what I mean? It's not about the acquisition of stuff or things. Now, what it is that you're making room for with all of this is the Knight of Cups. And this very well, this could be a water sign person, right? So it could be you. Well, and see, that kind of makes sense. Like, say if this is a dude, like say there could be a chick, right? Like, you might want to propose to somebody, or you might want to be in a relationship with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And have a family and all this other kind of stuff. And I mean, it could be a female too, but it's like thinking that stuff has to be done. Like, you have to be something somewhere in someone in order to have happiness. And the fault in that is in the fact of like, like I said, and I don't mean to, you know, keep repeating myself, but it's more or less in the sense of you don't need that to be happy to receive this offer. It's almost as if the offer is coming regardless, but it's almost as if you could neglect this offer or miss out on this offer, even though you're not. But I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, you could miss out on this or drive this away or overlook this if you're too fixated in the doing. Because it's almost like this doesn't have to necessarily be a person. This can be any kind of offer that's coming in that is emotionally fulfilling. You know what I mean? But it's just the simple fact of needing to slow down in order to see it. Because this very well could be something that's already staring you in the face. You know what I mean? Another way that I could see this is if this is a Libra male, this would be more or less like either an idealistic depiction of yourself. You know what I mean? And it could be an idealistic depiction of yourself like solo dolo. It could be an idealistic depiction of yourself in relation to whatever it is that you're achieving for, just any type of ideal, whether that be in regular life or in love, you know? And it's almost like, because, you know, I always say that the Knight of Cups is like Rico Suave, you know, it's like the smooth dude, you know, with all the right things to say. He's all poetic and things of the sort, you know what I mean? He's a wooer, you know, sweeps you off of your feet. With that anxious energy, you can't be that guy, because this dude is really breezy, you know? He's like a stream, he's just flowing, you know? He's real breezy. In an anxious, heady space, like gotta do energy, you can't be that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's not gonna work out. Two don't go together. It's more of a Knight of Swords. You know what I'm saying? Where he's like, okay? These sound effects are hilarious. But anyway, so this is more or less you guys being in this space, seeing these things in spirit, helping you slow it down, giving you permission to be happy in the moment so that you can align with this energy. And that's whether you're male or female. So this can come in the form of you guys slowing down, finding your happy space, and you're drawing in a person that's going to make you an offer, or it's you guys attuning to this energy yourself. You know what I mean? And that can be, you know, love, what have you, you know? Now, how? Oh, we got the 6 of Cups. Now, this is interesting. This is more or less like, if you did it as like a guided visualization exercise, and it's like, if you were to look back over your life and think back to a time that you were that happy. Like, when is a time in your life where you were fun and fancy free, you know, where the world was your oyster and you had all of these big dreams and things of the sort? Like, any past memory that gives you the warm and fuzzy feeling. And I'm seeing what Spirit is doing here, because this is like the second time guided visualization has come up. This is more or less showing you how to attune to this in the present moment. How it is that you manifest things into your life is not just thinking it. It's not a mental space kind of thing. You know, it's a vibrational frequency type of thing. You know, it's more or less when you think about your 10 of Pentacles, whatever that symbolizes for you, and you think about what it's going to feel like. So for me, it was like when I got my master's, it's like, what would it feel like to walk across that stage? What would it feel like to, you know, have the realtor to hand you the keys to your home? How would it feel when you have your first child? How would it feel when, you know, you got married, or, you know, like met your life partner, whatever this ideal is for you. It's taking time in this space to close your eyes and to feel it. Like, really feel it. Close your eyes and see it. See yourself walking down the aisle, you know, see yourself getting those keys, see yourself getting that job, and allow those emotions to consume you. Allow it to flow over your body, and allow yourself to smile and to go there and to be there and to capture that moment. Remember what that feels like and visit that emotion often. And before you know it, every day will look like that. Whenever you doubt, go back to that space. You know what I mean? Go back to that place. And I feel like throughout the retrograde, which is over at the end of, towards the end of March, I think it's like the 18th. It's like, this is the cocoon or the space I feel like you guys should be in. Because how the wheel turns in your favor and you knowing what steps to take, it's like that's going to be automatic. It's like one follows the other. It's an unfolding, you know, and once this time is over, this is walking into your life. You're making space for it, but how you make that space. And I think I said this with Pisces. it's stepping out of that emperor energy, like that external masculine action oriented, like get out of my way, I'm taking it, conqueror type of energy, right? And it's more stepping into the divine feminine energy of receptivity, you know, receiving. So it's receiving it vibrationally, you know, it's nurturing it like a mother does a baby in the womb, nurturing that energy and then birthing it. That's the true way that we manifest. It's energetic. It's not just about thoughts of thinking, you know. That's why vision boards are helpful, because it's visual. It's every time you see that house on the vision board, it sparks an emotion in you. And the emotion is the power. That's the energy, you know. Thoughts are alive. Emotions are alive. All of these things can't be created nor destroyed, so they're here. So it's attuning more to the positive side as opposed to, you know, trying to hurry up and get there with that that masculine energy exertion, right? So I'm going to pull some oracles for you guys and then let you go. So I hope that made sense. I hope it spoke to your life, dag-nabbit son of a gun. We get whoa, 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 Libra, whoa. Balance the scales, buddy. Balance the scales. We got elk. Whoa. Okay. Thank you for making this easy for me, Spirit. This is just the bomb. Okay. I like it when it's like that. All right. One more. And then you guys will be free to go. I keep trying to not make these like stupid, dumb long, but I feel like it's worth it. It's the top of the month, man. You know? It's the first of the month. What a dope time to like have, you know, an extended reading that's extended but not extended, because all of my readings seem to be extended. Are they not? Ew. That looks really weird upside down. All right, Spirit. One card for my Libras. Message from Spirit, please. Messages from the universe. Okay, Libra. Okay. Lavender. You might want to do something with that. Anyway, elk. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Oh my goodness. I see these two together. And here's the thing. It's embodying that power. This is exactly what I said with Pisces, where I was talking about with that Emperor energy, and it's been the external manifestation of power, that external exertion, that aggression, that pseudo power. You know what I mean? True power comes from within out. When the two can meet each other, that's freaking beautiful. Because when you can sit and manifest like this, because we already know, Libra, you got the power, okay? Like, we know you can slay. You can achieve whatever you want. But the thing is, Spirit is giving you little mama, little daddy with them scales, little freak nasty with them scales and things. You know, Spirit is almost making you a superpower, or showing you how to be a superpower, in the sense that you've already mastered the external action. It's now attuning to the inner receptivity, so the two can be married. And there's a whole lot of this like mind, heart, divine masculine, feminine marriage going on this month. And it's taking that and then bam. And then again, this is March, so it's the 3 month, and that's like expansion. So it's almost like this new being that is going to be born. It's like the water sign reading from last month is why I named it Cupid, Psyche, and Pleasure, because pleasure is the child of Cupid and Psyche. Cupid is the heart space. Psyche is the mental space. When the two of them come together in marriage, they create pleasure. So it's like Spirit is more or less showing everyone this month how to birth pleasure in your life, you know? So it's not to step down, but it's more or less to step up within, if that makes sense. The next card that we have is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yeah, man. Raise that vibe, Libra. Raise it. You know, This is all about inner power. So it's teaching you to match, like I said before, your inner power with your external power. And our card that we have says, God the Father is knowing, the parent of all understandings, the begetter of all experience. You cannot experience that which you do not know. Interesting. And this is funny because I always pull one of these every morning for myself. The one that I pulled for myself was God the Son, because it, like, there's a lot of different cards in here, but it looks at it from every perspective, like symbolically. And the Father is knowing, the Son is experiencing, because one cannot truly say that they know less they experience, you know? That is so beautiful. And just like I talked about giving birth to this, it's like you're in this space of knowingness, of attuning to really know, to give birth to a new experience of another extreme, you know? But I've held you guys for 40 minutes. I hope that that all makes sense, Libra, but that is your March reading, and I love your face. Deuces.
Energy, about to get in and fuck up the industry.